Hey, grace and peace. This is your brother Yehuda Judah bin Isaiah, and dealing with the pictograph, the old ancient pictograph, proving that Christ is through the volume of the book, the entire book, from Genesis to the book of Malachi. When you're dealing with the pictograph, in the Hebrew, the word Bereshit means in the beginning. When you're dealing with the pictograph, you have the word bet, mean house or tent, and you have the word resh in the Hebrew, which means man's head, first, the highest person. And then you have the word aleph in the Hebrew, which is the god ox head, and the word shin in the Hebrew, which means consume, destroy, also as a teeth. The word yud, a yud, in the hand, arm, the works, the arm, the hand, and then tav, which is the covenant mark symbol in the pictograph as the cross symbol. The cross symbol in the pictograph. So you have the word bet, shet, and the word resh, which symbolizes bar, which means sun. Okay, bar. And you have the God head. You have consume, the hand, the arm of the Lord, and the cross, which is the covenant, the mark, the new covenant, and the mark. The book of John 2:19 says, destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up. Then the Jews said, this temple was 40 years building, and will ye rear it up in 3 days? But he spoke of the temple of his body. The temple of his body. The bet, which is the house, the tent. The resh is the highest person, which is Christ, the Son. Who is the Son? Who also is the Godhead. John 2:19, the temple of the body. Okay, the temple of the body. So Christ is the Son. He's the Son from the foundation of the world, from the beginning of the world, right? You have the Godhead, and he was consumed. He was the arm of the Lord, and he died at the cross. He fulfilled all prophecies that's mentioned in the Tanakh, from Genesis to Revelation. He's the Son, which is the temple of God, the body. He's the temple. He's the Godhead. The book of Revelation 13:8, Christ was the Lamb, and he was slain from the foundation of the world. He's the Lamb. He's that Godhead, the Son. He's the house, the temple. Even when we look at the Hebrew in Genesis, he's the Alpha Omega. In the Hebrew, Aleph and the Tav. When you go to the Hebrew, he's the Aleph, the Godhead, right? He is also the Tav, which means the cross symbol, or the new covenant, because he died at the cross. He's the Alpha Omega, Omega in the Greek, and the Aleph and the Tav, or Tav in the Hebrew. He's the Aleph and the Tav covenant cross symbol. He's the leader, the strength of the ox, which is the Godhead of the pictograph, and he was crucified and slain for the foundation of the world. Christ is revealed all through the pictograph. All you have to do is go to the pictograph, and it reveals him. He's the God, the ox. He's the strength. He's the leader. He was crucified at the cross. Okay, which is the sign, the mark, the covenant of the cross, which is also the new covenant or the New Testament. He's the foundation. He's the one that's depicted. He is the one that is fulfilled throughout the entire Tanakh. So Christ was crucified for all mankind. He was the foundation. In the book of Genesis 44:6, it says, I am the first and I am the last, and beside me there is no God. Okay, he is the Godhead, the ox, the covenant, the mark, the sign. He's the Aleph and Tav that's mentioned in the Hebrew in the book of Genesis, because he is the foundation from the beginning of time. As it is written, the word Yahweh in the Hebrew, Yud Hey Vav Hey, Yud Hey Vav Hey in the Hebrew, as many of us know already, right? Yahweh, Yud Hey Vav Hey. And as we see the pictograph, Christ is the arm of the Lord. And you see the symbol of the man with the arm, the Father. And then you see the symbol of the pictograph, which represents the nail. So you have the arm, the Son, the Father, the nail. The Hebrews 1:3. He, the Messiah, is the reflection of God's glory and the exact likeness of his being. That's why all you have to do is go to the pictograph to reveal Christ all through the Tanakh. Okay, which is Yahweh. Yud Hey Vav Hey. And so you have the arm of the Lord and the word, which is Christ from the book of John. He's the word. And the nail symbol and the Father. The arm. Okay, behold the Son. Behold the nail. Behold the Father. In the pictograph. Behold the nail. Behold the Father. Okay, the arm. The hand. Behold. The nail. Behold. Because Christ is the volume of the book. The pictograph reveals that Christ was crucified for all mankind. So in the pictograph in the Hebrew, you have the word Aleph, which is the ox head, which means strength or leader in the beginning. And then the Tav, which is the ending, which symbolizes the cross, the mark, the sign, the covenant. Also in the pictograph, the Alpha and Omega in the Greek. In the Hebrew, the Aleph and Tav. In the Greek and Hebrew, you have the Alpha and Aleph equals Aleph in the pictograph. Christ is the beginning and ending. For the ending, you have the Omega and Tav, which equals Tav. With the cross symbol, Tav, which represents the covenant, the mark, the sign of Christ. Because in the Hebrew, Christ says, I am the Aleph and I am the Tav. I am the beginning and I am the ending, the Tav Aleph. In the Greek, Alpha and Omega. The Hebrew is read from right to left, as we all know, okay, in reverse, from right to left. So when you go to the book of Genesis, it reveals that he is the beginning and the ending. In the Hebrew, when you're dealing with the Hebrew, in the book of Genesis, it reveals that Christ is the beginning and the ending. Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. John 1:1, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. In the beginning, Christ was in the beginning. Dealing with the Hebrew, I am the Aleph and the Tav. I am the Aleph and the Tav, the beginning. But this will be found only in the Hebrew, not in the English King James Version. Only in the Hebrew that you find the Alpha and Omega, which is the Aleph and the Tav in the Hebrew. In the book of Genesis, I am the Aleph, I am the Tav. And the pictograph reveals that Christ is the volume of the book, from Genesis to Revelations. All you have to do is go to the pictograph and you will see John 1:1, in the beginning was the Word. Christ is the Word. He is the Alpha and Omega. He is the Aleph and Tav. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Because Christ is the Word that was from the beginning, which is the Aleph and Tav. That's why when you go to the Hebrew in the book of Genesis, it reveals that Christ is the beginning. He's the Aleph and the Tav. Only in the Hebrew that this is revealed to you. He is the Aleph and the Tav, which is the Word, because Christ is the Word, as read in the book of John 1:1. He's the Word. He is the Word, the Son of God. He is one with God. He created the earth, the atmosphere with God. Okay, he was from the foundation, from the beginning of time. He and his Father are one. They can be separated as water. Just as you have water, you may pour water from one pail into 3 buckets. But guess what? It is the same water. That's how Christ functioned and God functioned. God, the Spirit, and the Holy Ghost, and the Son of God. But they function as one.